Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for spending some time. It is always my hope that I can offer encouragement in the midst of our daily lives, as well as our political and economic challenges that we face. Life is hard, but there are moments and events that bring us true joy and contentment. Even after experiencing a particularly difficult time, there are constant reminders and bursts of happiness and love. For example, spring is starting to blossom and bloom. Signs of the new season are emerging. I even saw a butterfly the other day, albeit it's quite early in the season. After a winter of dormancy, the grass is starting to grow and spread a carpet of green across the yard. Flowers are starting to bloom and leaves are starting to sprout on the trees. There has been a lot of strange and challenging winter weather. I even saw snow on a beach near Santa Cruz when I was recently in California. There are predicted winter storms still to come, and many are under the threat of severe weather. Many others continue to dig out of the snow and ice storms. Winter snowpacks have brought flooding to some areas, but they have also brought the promise of water and reduced drought conditions. But the promise of spring is before us. With the arrival of spring come new litters of kittens and puppies, fawns, bunnies, and other animals are born, and even alligators, which are plentiful in the southeast, are mating and bearing new life. For many, spring itself is a time of hope as we look forward to the renewal of natural life that surrounds us. People start having backyard gatherings around the grill. Neighbors are discussing their planting and activity plans. Children will be able to start playing outside again, and many, if not most, will forget about the hardships they experienced during the winter. When I lived in a more temperate climate, which did not have noticeable differences between the seasons, I never appreciated the joy that could come with the changing of the seasons. In many regions of the country, there are changes in nature that correspond to the changing seasons. And for some people, the lengthening daylight and the arrival of blossoms can bring increased joy and enjoyment of daily activities. But we must not forget those who continue to pick up their lives after suffering loss during the past few months and seasons. For many, it does not matter what season it is or the increased wildlife around us. Let's not forget our neighbors, our families, or even ourselves who may be in the midst of rebuilding our lives, our homes, and our hope. Let us rejoice in the coming of spring, the renewal of life around us, and the constancy of hope. Before I close, please let me know if there is a topic that you would like me to research and develop, or even a thought upon which I should touch. I want to offer encouragement to you, to all of us, and would appreciate the opportunity to address something that is meaningful to you. In closing, I would like to read from Ecclesiastes 3 1 through 8, which reminds us that there is a season and time for everything in life. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. I wish much peace for you and joy and comfort as we await the arrival of spring. Thank you so much.